came over. Obviously, the trade looks good now because the Devils got Dawson Mercer and Kevin Ball out of it. Don't really care too much for Nate Schnarr. Merkley's looks like he'll be okay, but maybe the Devils could have got more somewhere because there was rumors that they were chopping Vatanen and Hall, and they could have got Sam Bennett and Noah Hannafin.
I just think
which would have been okay because Hannafin would have filled a need, and so would Bennett. I think Bennett's better than Zaka,
but with Kevin Ball though, when I was watching him play for Canada, he looked stellar for me. I was very impressed with the way that he was able to play against Russia and all the other high-end countries. Mm-hmm. To me, that means a certain high threshold for me as an evaluator when I watch players during that time of year. Oh, and by the way, Christmas Day will be the
World Juniors.
So USA, Canada will be, I think, one day separated or something like that, because next day will be like Boxing Day. Canada has Slovakia, I believe.
Yeah, and it'll be interesting to see because Canada will be getting Jamie Drysdale and stuff like that, and I don't know if Nico Dawes is eligible to play there or not. But
no, because his birthday's the 22nd.
Lafreniere could be playing. Cousins could be playing. It's all going to depend on the NHL season. And, there's rumors going around that the Devils could loan Jack Hughes to the United States, which, in my opinion, it's a good thing. It's a bad thing. You don't want him getting hurt, but he could go. He could dominate it, play with Caulfield again.
Yeah.
So, and it might be good for his development, but you don't want him getting hurt either. So, we'll see what they decide to do there.
I think the Devils are going to play it safe with him.
Yeah. Moving on.
Yeah.
Kind of maybe dive into somewhat of our last topic here.
Oh, yeah.
We had some news come out today. I believe it was today. Sounds like Palmieri's probably going to sign an extension with the Devils. Pierre LeBrun started hinting at that the Devils aren't shopping him. Palmieri seems to want to sign an extension with the Devils, which is a good thing.
It's great.
Keep an eye on New Jersey and the Tampa Bay situation. I've had somebody talk to me and say they believe Fitzgerald is monitoring the Tampa Bay situation, not via offer sheet, so don't expect that.
I don't expect
more so waiting in the bushes to see if Tampa cannot sign one of their RFAs. So keep an eye on that. Tampa's probably going to somehow re-sign Mikhail Sergachev. That's basically a foregone conclusion now. Somebody like Eric Chernak or Cirelli is somebody maybe you could keep an eye on.
I believe Chernak, if Sergachev is not coming to New Jersey by any means, and they somehow influence Sergachev to stay, I think Chernak would be an amazing get to round out the right-handed defense. Maybe put PK a little bit further down in the pecking order.
Yeah.
Let Chernak play the top role on the right side because he is coming off the Stanley Cup run. And I believe his size and his physicality and his smarts really would translate better for the Devils' top pairing.
So, and then there's I also had somebody message me and say, actually, I had somebody I know ask, are the Devils interested in Patrick Laine? What I heard back was the Devils aren't done. And I wouldn't be surprised to hear they've kicked the tires around. So don't be surprised if they kicked the tires around. They'd be stupid if they didn't.
Yeah.
They're not doing their job if they don't. But from what I've gathered myself, I'd be moderately surprised if there was a fit. Which doesn't surprise me because of the cost that it might cost to bring him in. So, And I asked, is there anything that we'd want or they'd want, and the Devils are a lack of fit in a Line A deal, but Fitzgerald is much more open to moving prospects as opposed to Shiro was. But which is a good thing. Like if Tampa Bay, like Devils fans, if Tampa Bay came calling, or we called Tampa Bay and said, you guys are desperate here. Season's coming up. Miguel Sergachev, like, what do you guys want? And if Tampa says we want Ty Smith plus or plus Ty Smith plus, I'm sorry, but I'm pulling the trigger.
Yeah.
Like Sergachev, there's a difference. Like Ty Smith is going to be, I think he's going to be a good defenseman. He could be a great defenseman. He's going to run a power play excellent. He can move the puck. Great vision on the back end for a small guy.
We've been waiting on him.
But Mikhail Sergachev, Ty Smith, Sergachev, Smith. Proven defenseman, hasn't played a game yet. So
I know, like, the other podcasts, maybe I should name them, but I'll just leave them anonymous. I know they love Ty Smith, but for me, I know as like someone who covers amateur scouting, like topics and stuff like that, for me, I really love Ty Smith. I know he's getting up there at age 20, and there's a certain threshold that you can only hold players for a certain time, and you might have to just pull the trigger on a certain deal that makes more sense to benefit the Devils. And I think Sergachev is the better defenseman because you just mentioned that he is already proven and he's a winner already. So without further ado, go ahead.
Yeah, so I mean that's something to keep an eye on for the Devils. I haven't heard much more. If incarcerated Bob tweeted anything, I would let you know. But
yeah,
do you still have him on your Twitter?
I still have him, although I don't follow every single tweet. I remember he was good. He and what's his name, Dan Rice, were the first two guys to get the Gusev move right before the big guy did.
I feel like I should ask because he blocked me because he blocked me because he chirped about the Bills once, and then I commented underneath and I said Jets suck.
Oh God!
Because he's a Jets fan, so I commented and I said Jets suck. So he blocked me. So I'm asking you: has he tweeted anything about the Devils in the last week?
About New Jersey, he talked about the sports betting part already. Not the
Devils.
I don't know if he's gotten any Devil stuff. I'm just like scrolling through, like trying to see what's recent. So far,
are you on his Twitter feed?
Yeah, it says the incarcerated Bob. He has multiple now. He's got the gambler one.
Yeah, the other one. Don't go to the gamble one. Go to the other one.
Oh, incarcerated Bob. I didn't know he had a couple accounts.
Yeah, that's the one he blocked me on.
Yeah, it's still coming up. The incarcerated Bob, IB the gambler. So
he's got a couple. So it's not the gambler one. Look at the other one.
That's what I'm trying to look for. Is he's
here? Let me see the screen.
1 sec. There's one. I don't know how many follows he has now. I'm just trying to find. And there's a lot of parodies, so it's like,
yeah, that's the one.
Yeah, that's the one. I just looking at tweets and replies. I just want to text him something and be like, any NJ Devils stuff.
So to be prepared, we could have some Devils news in the coming weeks and stuff. But, Alex released an article, the Hockey Writers. I want to touch on a couple things there quickly before we go.
And we can critique.
Yeah, Jaden Schwartz, Eric Chernak, Alexander Tuck. Like, there's a couple more. I think.
A couple of the Tampa Bay Lightning guys?
Yeah, so Alex had like the Devils still have plenty of cap space to spend. So Jaden Schwartz, 61 points per 82 games over the last 3 seasons. So Jaden Schwartz, excellent forward left winger, could fill in on the top line of the second line. We'd take it.
It'll improve the Devils' output.
Rickard Rakell.
Oh my, yes. I know he was a restricted free agent a few seasons ago. I wanted him badly, and I think he'd be perfect.
So Rakell would be excellent for the Devils, 20 to 30 goal scorer. Eric Chernak, we've already touched on him.
Mm-hmm. The Slovak defenseman, yes, we did.
Nicholas Jensen could be a nice pickup. Alexander Tuck.
I did say last time when we were on the Zoom call with Alex Chavancy and Neil Villapiano, I know they wanted Riley Smith more. I think Tuck, with that contract, money-wise, doesn't fit Vegas's cap room, especially after the Pietrangelo move. So I can see the Devils taking his contract on, and his play is very solid.
So before we continue, we have a nice interruption of the pussy of the house. Lily, what are you doing? You're just hanging out with the boys, are you? Yeah.
Oh my God, that's awesome.
So anyway, it's a gray one too. It looks like it's getting old.
I didn't want to say anything about the old part because
no, don't go any more further with this. No. Anyway, like there's options for him. The thing I question about with Tuck though is like if they acquire Tuck, he's a right winger. So you're gonna have Palmieri and Tuck. So what are you doing?
You might have to switch Gusev over to the left wing.
But what are you doing with Holtz? You gonna play him on the third line?
No, you could possibly see if in between.
I guess you could move Tuck down to the third line to add a third scoring line. So I mean, or move him to the left side, whatever works.
Because he would be adding the scoring and the extra punch. And if Holtz is not, well, I was just checking the SHL's schedule. The earliest that their season terminates is around March 10th, March 11th of 21. So I know those days are coming up really quick, but we don't know when the NHL start time is going to be officially. So that would be, let's say it starts January, right? So it's January, February, March, 3 months in. You could see Alexander Holtz possibly from Djurgården if Djurgården keeps losing or if they improve. Who knows if they make playoffs?
Yeah. Okay, so we've touched on a lot. Is there anything else you want to throw out there?
I just have a article pending right now under review by the Puck Authority about Doc Emmerich. For more people who want to read up on that, I throw in some personal stuff into there where I grew up on idolizing Doc and what I felt he did a lot of great things for the game. I will throw this out there. I do remember when USA Canada were playing before the gold medal game. It was Kessler, Langenbrunner, Parise, Brodeur were all on the ice at once. And I remember Ryan Kessler got that diving poke check, empty net goal, and Corey Perry was ready to